Hello, hello. We are finally putting away our Christmas trees. um, this is pretty typical for us. Here I'm out in the barn and we've just put our Christmas trees and wreaths and other stuff in the barn shed. And I'm gonna lock it up. If it doesn't lock, tractor going by. I'll have to fix that someday, but for now I've got a piece of baling twine holding it closed. This has been an extraordinarily warm January for us. Like, extraordinarily, amazingly. I can't believe I'm outside in a t-shirt. And the sun is shining. I don't know what the temperature is. It's probably mid to high 40s, which is very, very, very warm for us this time of year. I'm walking on the road because I've got my my house shoes on, so I don't get them all full of snow. Show you the house. Check out how big our trees are. This is so awesome. It's not hard to remember how recently we were complaining. I mean, there's no nicer way to say about it. Complaining about how few trees we had, and in a few short years, they've grown into a young little forest. Now, these were just all sticks not too long ago. So what we've done to that side, with all the willows and well, my mind is going blank, but poplars and cottonwoods, those kind of things. So those fast-growing trees. So what we've done on that side, we want to do a little bit more of on this side. So we've only got a few fast-growing trees. Well, this past summer we put in a few more sticks, just little cuttings in the springtime and summer, and they've already taken hold and they've started to grow quickly. But we'd like to sort of like shield not that we have a lot of traffic by any means, just tractors like what you just saw a minute ago, but we would like to shield a little bit more of the road from the house. We don't want giant trees necessarily, but a nice little row of medium to tall bushes or trees, fast growing little bush style willows would be great. Anyway, it's just even though it's wintertime, we've got a nice barrier over that direction, and it's even better in the months when we have leaves. Okay, when I walk in here into the house, it's gonna be loud. We've got the fan on because in our sunroom, well, I'll show you the outside first. Everything's a work in progress. You know that. When you pay for things as you go, you just kind of deal with unfinished for a lot of the time. Okay, so we've got this quadruple wall polycarbonate on our sunroom / greenhouse. I like that it's semi-private, can't really see through it, particularly at nighttime. You can't really see into the house at all. Unfortunately, you also can't see out of it, so that's a downside. I think I'm going to go back to the other way of having just glass windows on it. But whereas when we had glass last time, I should say, we had sliding glass door panels just put in there and caulked around the edges, and it looked pretty nice, but it was very non-functional in the summertime because it got so hot that it was intolerable for both us and the plants that were in there. Not that you have a lot of plants in a greenhouse in the summertime, but even in the springtime, before it was warm enough to plant things outside, it would be way too hot in the greenhouse. And we actually cooked a few of our plants, unfortunately. So we're going to put in openable windows. We'll try to get away with cheap ones, but we'll probably have to go custom. So, eventually, or I should say next time I sell a painting, that's usually the answer. All right. It's very hot in here. So one of the reasons we have that on in the daytime, even though it's too hot technically, is because it kind of charges up all the concrete and stone in the house, and it warms up in the day and then releases that heat at nighttime. But I think it's getting a little bit too hot today. It's like 78 degrees in the house. That's just too warm. At least in that room. Here's Banjo. Hello. What you been doing today?
School. I just finished doing dishes and
You're all
this
wet.
happened to my shirt.
Good air conditioning, huh?
Yeah, that happens to me all the time when I do dishes. Because I'm so tiny, I just get my whole shirt in the sink.
Love you. Thanks for doing dishes.
Mm-hmm.
And Laura Jean is putting away some of the last of the Christmas decorations
And putting
and
Valentines.
putting up Valentines. Because we only have 2 weeks left until Valentine's Day. So we have a Valentine's tree.
Yes.
Doesn't everybody?
Right? Well, you should. So my favorite part of this tree is the Valentines that I made for Trent back when 21 years ago.
Like when we were first married? No, right before we were married.
So I made these ones before we were even married, and then I made these ones when we were married for almost a year. So they're very nostalgic and very old.
Like
They're
us.
very
Just
old
kidding.
and decrepit.
Isn't this
But
great?
I love it. It's evolved over the years. Some of these are from when Lizzie was a little girl and helped us to make them. Specifically, well, I was going to say specifically that one, but I think Banjo and Emmy might have made that one. But I think Lizzie made this one. We've saved it for that long.
I can't believe these have lasted this many
It's
years.
very fragile. it's like blows like fabric instead of paper.
Yeah. Lightweight like tissue.
Yeah.
And then Laura Jean made these, which we had up for Christmas, but they worked really well for here. They're
Yeah.
kind of, I think mushrooms are great.
The fungus of love.
Oh, here's
This guy I made also. He's a Valentine bear.
He's so cute.
He has hearts on his hat.
What did you say, Banjo?
this.
Did you make that?
No,
Oh, you
I
just like
just
that?
found it. Yeah.
It's cute. I love it.
It is. I like the button.
Button's
Looks
cute.
very
Do you want to
neat.
make cute stuff like that with me? Me and
love
Lizzie made those when she was little. I
Just
thought
wanna
they
make some?
looked really
Okay.
cute.
Hello, Emmy. Did you finish your school?
No.
Oh.
I'm almost done with mine.
Oh, awesome. So what have you done today, like for school? You read a lot. I saw you reading.
I did reading, goal making, and math and dishes.
Nice. Those are all good things. Good job.
And then I'm gonna go take a shower.
That's one of the other things. She has a
They also helped out cleaning
They
a
have
lot.
choices. If it needs to be done, then they
Extra credit.
they've done a lot of helping with the cleaning
Yeah, the boys didn't do
and putting away.
Yeah, they didn't do anything because there were rats in there.
They helped. They helped me when I needed help.
Oh, I didn't know that.
One of the many things we've tried to keep up with is trying to make our house baby proof, because Annalise is very much in that stage of life where she gets into everything, including the soot and the stuff in the fireplace. Coal box. Even if it was a finished fireplace, we would have issues with it. But we've got plans. I bought right there, got some glass fire doors, used, really cheap. It was awesome. What a great find. $3 for all that stuff.
At
So we
the
can put that.
DI? Oh, yes.
Hee. So we can put that up, and I've also got.
There would probably still be smoke, wouldn't there? Or would you screw it on?
Oh, it'll cover the fireplace, so it won't be like instead of that door. It'll just actually, I've got a different thing instead of that door. So I have a real fireplace with a real door, nothing homemade about it. And then of course I cut into it and started welding and adding things to it and taking things off.
In the back door?
Yeah, so I've got a little project going outside
Yeah, I
where
saw that when when I came back from our friend's house. I was like, why is there a hole?
Yeah, so I cut some nice square holes in a perfectly good fireplace, or wood stove, I should say. But it probably won't be as efficient as this one, but it'll sure be a lot prettier and easier to load. So I've been working on
And
that.
way smaller.
Way smaller? Oh, yeah, it's smaller than
Actually-
that whole contraption, but
Yeah,
it's gonna be
bigger.
bigger ultimately because we're gonna put
And better.
barrels and bricks and all the same things that we've always worked with all around it. Hello, Emmy.
Hello.
So anyway, here's our living room.
You just barely cleaned it.
Not that some of you care, but for those of you who
Like,
have
Living
seen,
room.
for those of you who like living rooms, you may love this. I was gonna say for, what's that? Yes, for all you living room aficionados. I was gonna say for anyone who is familiar with what our living room has looked like in the past, we've got a nice big new wool rug here.
yeah, this used to be in mine and Emmy's room.
Yep. And it was nice up there, but
It's
we traded.
nicer here.
We traded for the small rug, and the small rug actually looks better in your room, doesn't it? I think.
It does.
It's one of my recent paintings. Wintertime is hard because not a lot of projects can usually happen, but this time has been really great. Still not a lot of projects are happening because with the snow, even if it were warm snow, it would still kind of be in the way. But it's a nice time to plan other projects and to really decide what we want. For example, it's been a long time coming, but we've got wood and plans to build above this art studio. So I've got some 20-foot 2x10s here and some 8-footers here and some 12-footers other places. But the plan is to finally fix up all the terribly ugly and just the ceilings and all this wiring and stuff. Finally put it where it needs to be, make it nice. We'll use those 10-footers to go across here. There'll be then living space above there. We'll use the 16-footers to go across here, which used to be our kitchen a long time ago. So that will have living space above there. And we're going to put a great big beam across the middle of the room here. Can't see it right now. Across the middle there. And then go down to the ground on a new foundation piece, new post. And then build above there too. Not over the whole room, but over most of it. And then we'll have a loft and high ceilings above the area where I paint. And part of that is aesthetics, just because it'd be pretty cool. Another thing that would allow me to do is finally use the full capacity of my big easel here. Where is it? Oh, I'm backwards. There we go. It's meant to go, they call it the staff of the easel. Sorry, the mast, I mean. Is meant to go up to 9 feet. No, the small version goes to 9 feet. Anyway, I think this one goes up to like 12 feet or something. But the ceilings in here are only 9 feet. So I finally be able to use that and go bigger. I've got some big paintings, but I kind of have to kneel down to paint some of them. But then the other thing is, I've always relied on electricity to power my lights, of course, to be able to paint, and I have to have good lighting. But traditionally, back in the old days, artists didn't have electric lights, and they also didn't have power bills, which is wonderful. They just relied on nice big north-facing windows. And I'm not a pure north-facing window fan. I like north and a little bit of west. I'd love to have east too, but that won't work in this studio. Anyway, that's the plan. I mean, I've always got it in mind to be more self-sufficient, self-reliant. So not, being able to continue to paint if the power goes out, and you know, just have more options is always nice. And also, it's wonderful to not have as big of an electric bill. But rather than just go out and buy a whole bunch of extra solar panels, I'd rather rely first on just natural, old-fashioned stuff like that. So that's what's going through my mind. Another project, long time coming, is to, once we have the space up above the studio, of course we'll have to have a way to get up there, and so stairs will be in order. But also, we're going to continue those stairs up. We're thinking, well, we've had so many ideas of where to put these stairs. First of all, in the old kitchen, maybe in this room. This is sort of the in-between room of our house. And then the other was to just use the regular stairs in the main part of the house, go up to what's now the girls' room. It used to be our TV room. I don't know if any of you saw that, but it's kind of halfway up. But then the plan was to go up there. I'll go ahead and show you. Most of you haven't seen our house because we were embarrassed about it. Now we don't care that much because we know that we're changing it. We're in the process, and hopefully you know that too. If you don't, I just told you. Anyway, so the plan is to, well, you can see. Can you see? Yeah. How we're not as high as the rest of the house here, but we're gonna go. This is even with where the floor will be over the art studio, so it'll be easy to make an access door here. Excuse me, I didn't know I was this out of shape. I get really in shape in the spring and summer, and then I slowly get out of shape in the winter. I need to be better at that. But anyway, we're gonna put stairs up here, going up to a landing, and then a little bit further up, the same distance as from here to there, to the higher level, the other part of the house, up to what is now the attic space. Well, attic, it's just a third floor that we haven't actually utilized. There you can see where the old walls used to be. It's probably difficult to see and to understand what I meant, but eventually we'll have stairs here. And this is the girls' room, but we'll have a divider wall here, and they'll still have quite a large room.
Oh, Banjo, come here. Pearl. Somebody's gonna call and get her.
Oh. Is that your healthy lunch?
Not very healthy.
Is it ramen? I'm silly. Should eat some veggies too. Well, I always have an idea of what to talk about for these videos, and until I buckle down and just decide to spend hours of my life editing, I'm just going to talk about things that I think you'll find interesting. I'll try to include as many people in the family as want to be in the videos. My point is, I'll try to make it interesting without editing, because that is what drove me to near insanity last time. I would spend long hours, way too long, doing editing, and I think it was a lot of fun, but I don't think it's necessary.
It's a fun art form, but
it's a fun art form, but
not
one
for
that
the
doesn't.
amount of dollars you get.
It's not. It pays about a penny per hour. I think. No, I can't remember. We actually figured it out once. It's probably closer to $1 an hour, but that's not time I want to spend editing when I don't need to. When I could be spending those hours, those precious hours, actually doing useful things, useful projects, and painting, so that we can actually afford those projects. Anyway, that being said, hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of a tour, seeing what we're up to, and next time I think of something, next time we're doing something interesting, which technically is every day, it's just hard to condense a whole day's worth of interesting stuff into one short enough to watch video. But anyway, next time we do something interesting, I'll turn the video back on. Till then, we'll see ya. Okay, bye.